If you're buying any cards from TCG Player, please use the link in the description to help support my content. This video is sponsored by Botan Store, TCG Player, Pokemon Card.io, and Card Market. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. So I definitely haven't given up on RAYQUAZA VMAX. I played with it the other day, and whenever I play against it, it also feels like there's just more, right? There's just more for it, more going for it. I don't know. I feel like RAYQUAZA VMAX has potential, especially because of Rose. You know, so we're trying out this sort of different list, and I saw a Chinese player play with. We have RAYQUAZA VMAX with Ace Pulse ability, discarding your hand, draw 3 cards, and then Max Burst doing 20 damage plus 80 more for each basic fire or lightning energy you choose to discard. In this case, it'll be lightning, as we do run Fluffy with Dynamotor, allowing us to attach a lightning energy card from our discard pile to one of our benched Pokemon. Now, we are playing Suicune V, 2 copies of it for the exciting stage ability. We are utilizing RAYQUAZA, Suicune, Peony to discard hand and search for 2 trainers, and Rose to discard hand and attach energy. So we're going to have a lot of discarding of our hand, very low hand sizes, therefore Suicune should be pretty decent at getting us extra cards. Let's not play in expanded, let's play in standard and see how we fare today. Alright. Alrighty. Alright. We do lose the coin flip. But we got a pretty good hand, honestly. This is as solid a hand as you can hope for. Okay, we seem to be up against some sort of rapid strike box deck, right? Presumably Sylveon, right? Presumably Sylveon. I mean, the dark energy confirms Sylveon plus Color and Moltres, I reckon. So I'm definitely, like, against this deck, I feel like RAYQUAZA should be fairly good, because they do hit low-ish early on. They could threaten the bench, but right now there's no Rapid Strike Urshifu yet, so that's good. We don't play any more Marnie, so we can't disrupt our opponent in any way, sort of, or shape. Alright, we do see the Quick Ball. So let's start off with a Stormy Mountain. And let's grab a Mareep. We did price 1, which is fine. Didn't price any Fluffies, which is good. So I'm thinking with the Peony, I'm gonna grab Level Ball plus Ordinary Rod. I think that's gonna be the plan. So this is what I'm gonna do. Gonna go ahead and bench you and then Quick Ball you away for a Suicune. And then with the Peony, I'm gonna get Level Ball plus Ordinary Rod. Yeah, and then I have the Suicune ready to go to draw me 3 extra cards. Could have been a switch. This Ordinary Rod could have been a switch to draw 4 cards with Suicune. That wouldn't have been a bad call at all. Alright, I mean, if we do get attacked and KO'd, we could be in a little bit of trouble. So with this hand, I reckon it's just a pass. It's unfortunate I didn't get any energy in the discard pile, nor did I get any to attach. So that is a problem, I would say. And because of that, I'm not going to go out of my way to Quick Ball for a Mareep, nor the second Suicune, which is priced anyway, so it doesn't really matter. All right. So we do see Urshifu get placed down. So it is something to keep in mind. But that's where Rose comes in, right? And I do want the third Fluffy, I guess. Sometime soon. Okay, my opponent just finishes the turn with Evolution Instance. That's great news for us. 2 top deck and energy. So I can absolutely go Quick Ball, grabbing Mareep. I can do this, I can do this, I can evolve, and then I'm gonna retreat to draw 4 cards. To draw that extra card. Alright, well. Once again, if I were drawing a little bit more average, I have another peony there, I have 4 research in there. My RAYQUAZA VMAXs as well, so if I were drawing just a little bit more naturally, this would be a completely different game. So I'm gonna go ahead and pad the peony back. And then if my Kricketune gets KO'd next turn, I am dead. Oh, and it's absolutely going to die. Well, I think that's, unless I top deck research, that is where we finish. Yeah, wow, what a hand. That was their top deck, right? Or not, wow. Okay, so they were just holding on to literally everything. Literally everything. Okay, well, not much you can do about this draw. I'll see what I top deck. If it's not research, I'm just gonna move on to the next game. All right. So Kricketune dies. And well, I mean, it's playable, I guess. So Mareep is prized, that much we know. Alright, so Azure pulls once. We'll research. Okay. So I actually have a chance. If I get another Fluffy. No, I need 2 more Fluffies. All of this Azure pulls, so that's clearly not happening. Right? That is absolutely not happening. But maybe? Nah. Yeah, that was too much to hope for. It's too much setup, right? And I even had 2 turns, but last turn I whiffed so much. So much. Alright, so I do some damage. I mean, best case scenario is my opponent doesn't go for a KO on the Fluffy and Mareep. I really don't know. I mean, 130 is not impactful. My opponent needs to hit me for 220 with Sylveon this turn. And then, or use this guy, yeah, and then use Sylveon VMAX next turn. So you can do 120 KO Rayquaza, 120 on Rayquaza and 120 KO Fluffy, and that's good enough to set up game for a Sylveon VMAX knockout. However, my opponent misplays badly and chooses to take 2 prizes off of the Mareep and the Fluffy, so bad approach right there. It'll probably not matter in the grand scheme of things. It probably won't matter in the grand scheme of things. I've still lost because of how much I whiffed so far. But still annoying, right? Definitely still annoying to have this happen this way. I could do extra damage. Don't think I need to. Can just start preparing for this. I mean, it's tempting to try and go for a rose. So what happens if I go for rose next turn? I could end up KOing. I mean, I can't just use my abilities next turn anyways. My RAYQUAZA VMAX being in my prizes as well also hurts me. Because my opponent can now win with boss on knocking out RAYQUAZA, right? That's definitely a possibility. So just not great overall. Really not great overall. There's the last type they needed, there's the air balloon, so nothing we can do. Really nothing we could do. My hope is that my opponent doesn't find boss's orders. Oh. Well, now that's just mean, bro. That is extremely, extremely mean. Wow, the disrespect is real. I bet you they play one Cheryl and they just so happen to have it. Anyways, we'll go Azure Pulse. I know I'm gonna have less cards. Thank you, Pokemon, for letting me know. That's not what we're hoping for. I need the rose. It's too late though. It's absolutely too late. I did get the rose. I did indeed get the rose. If I had another rose and my opponent doesn't have boss, then maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 340 damage. No, not even with rose. I can't win even with rose. Mareep, Kriggatoon, Lightning. Yeah, the game's over. Absolutely over. I'm gonna concede to save time. Just that one turn where I didn't do anything, that was huge. My opponent could have secured the game way earlier, but they wanted to do the fancy Cheryl play, right? Which, I mean, it just made the game last longer. It just made the game last longer. They didn't necessarily need to do that to win. All right. Alrighty, so I definitely want to go first. Nice hand now. I should be using 60 HP Mareeps, I think. This is pretty decent, I'd say. Yeah. Alright. We get Mulligan as well. That's also good news. And we're up against Leafeon based on the capture energies and the Glarmine and the Inteleon. Leafeon can be very problematic because of the Glarmine plus the Tool Jammer shutting off my air balloons. So that is something that I will want to keep in mind. I have all 3 switches available. It's not like I can like really keep track of what I discard anyways, but I can at least try, right? And then I reckon I'll grab the Kriggatoon now. I don't need a second Rayquaza anytime soon. And I get to draw an extra card right now. And I threaten the Sobble next turn. Well, speaking of the crucial cards that I need to keep alive, there's one. That's gonna be immediately discarded unless I get Marnied. This turn, it's just gonna get immediately discarded. I do get Marnied. I do get Marnied into a very good hand. Well, very good is a stretch, but into a pretty decent hand, that's for sure. Another thing that this deck has going against it is that you can't really play tool removal. You just don't have the space, and with so much discarding, you can't guarantee it when you're gonna need it, other one with Peony. It's just so random when you draw it that if you don't play 2 Tool Scrappers, then it's just not worth it. It is absolutely not worth it. Alright. Establish the other Rayquaza. Quick Wall away. I'm gonna lose everything, so might as well just thin that extra Rayquaza, and then we'll get a Fluffy. This time we did price a Fluffy, not the biggest of deals, and then I can absolutely attach to the active and research. Not using Cricketune just yet, saving that for the Rayquaza. And look, wow, what a difference from the previous game. Now we get the absolute most beautiful setup that we could possibly hope for. Except for energies, right? Except for the energies. So definitely gonna go ahead and Azure Pulse right here. I know I'm gonna have less cards, that's okay. Only one lightning in the discard pile. That's the not so ideal part of this. We'll do this, and then I'll go ahead and do this, and I'll get to draw a card. Nah, Quick Ball's decent because it lets me thin the hand, fail it, and I got another lightning into discard pile, which maybe I'm getting a little too eager with the Dynamotors right there, but that's fine. That is fine. I'm down 1 switch. I have to. This price might just end up being irrelevant if I can't KO a Leafeon later on, if I have to deal with 2 VMAXs anyways, but not bad, right? Not, this is the sort of start that you want. Turn 2 triple Fluffy is a dream. Turn 2 triple Fluffy is the absolute dream right here. And my opponent just concedes because they're dead drawing off of their own Marnie. Alright, so let's try more games. Probably one more, depending on how well we draw. I don't know, just Rayquaza feels like it's just shy of being a really, really, really good deck. But sometimes it feels it's just shy of that, and other times it just feels like why am I playing with this? Why am I playing with this? It's so much setup, right? That's the issue. That's always the issue, so much setup. Okay. So we both mulligan. Okay, I am going second. I'll start Cricketune to not give us much information. I am up against Rapid Strike Urshifu though, so that is obviously a problem as usual, because no bench protection. Don't want to say it, but keep facing against horrible matchups when I play. Like, I play Jolteon, I play Urshifu. I play Leafeon, I play against Victini. I play this, I play against Urshifu. Alright, so what we need is my opponent to not get an energy, which they immediately have. Wow, well, and my hand is absolutely horrible. I mean, at least I have the Ordinary Rod, I guess. There's that. I honestly think I need to do this and this. And just fail it and draw 3 cards. Please no research. Well, I got literally nothing. The last game, turn 2 triple Fluffy. This game, turn 2 absolute crap. Yep, my opponent just has the raw cards in their hand. No need to play a supporter. We just have the cards. Okay, now let me top deck the researcher. Let me find research, please. Don't want to get another Fluffy, please. Alright. I'll fail this. Play the Ordinary Rod. Shuffle just the Pokemon. I have to attach energy to the active, which is not the end of the world, but please a research and a Rayquaza. Well, that's not it. I mean, so I should get the Ray, right? Or do I get another Cricketune? I honestly think I'm gonna get the other Cricketune. Yeah. Oh, you can't use more than 1 per turn. Whoops. Ugh, I should have read that. I didn't realize. I'm pretty sure the game's over anyways with my start. Like, that's a misplay, of course it is. But the game was over anyways. With my start versus my opponent's start. Which is like the opposite of what happened in the previous game against Leafin, right? My opponent drew crap and I drew perfectly and the game was over. Like, if you don't get perfect starts, matching perfect starts, you fall a little bit behind. It's really difficult to make comebacks right here, especially when losing one Pokemon means you're half the game out. You're literally half the game out. Okay, I do want to go first. Mulligan again. With 10 basics, your odds of getting a mulligan are not very high, I don't think. They are not very high, but I'm not exactly sure. I don't know the exact odds. Okay, now we're talking, right? This is a beautiful turn one hand. Not beautiful, but pretty decent. Okay, well, there's still a possibility that we're up against Rapid Strike. Very, very real possibility. Never mind, we're up against Suicune. That loadout pretty much confirms it's Suicune. Quick ball. Discarding boss. Now we'll find out for sure. It is Suicune indeed. I mean, it could be Zacian, right? There's no other really good basic V, but other than Zacian and Suicune. Alright, no attachment, no supporter, no nothing. We do top deck another research, which is not great. Go ahead and switch and research. Okay, so no fire for me. However, I do get another Fluffy going. I haven't retreated and I'm gonna lose these cards anyways, so I'm just gonna establish the Kricketune right here. Because then I'll get 4 extra cards. I'll use Azure Pulse first. No fire. Come on. Exciting stage. No fire. Okay. Jeez. Alright, well, that's that. No fire energy. I am only playing 3, which might be a little like, well, not might be a little. It's definitely risky. Definitely risky. Right. Could end up losing the Kricketune. Then if in response I knock out the Suicune, that's not bad at all. Losing the boss's orders is not ideal, but I do have Pulpad in the deck to compensate for that. No way. Oh, well, okay, no, never mind. So I'm guessing... Wait, what? Oh, what? What? Just double raw rare candy in your hand? double raw rare candy in your hand. That's pretty cool. Okay, so Kricketune is definitely dead. No way around it. Okay, we know my opponent's hand is Water, Melanie, and Suicune. So they don't have the switching card yet. Will they raw draw a Scuba Net? Or any sort of switching card? If they don't... And now we don't know any information about my opponent's hand. Those 3 cards could be the 3 that they drew off of Melanie. Okay, that's it. Nice. Okay. I definitely won't be using the Ordinary Rod now. I feel like going after the Suicune makes sense. And then I will draw 3 cards. I'm looking for a fire. No. Well, if I whiffed, maybe... Yeah, I mean, if my opponent whiffed the switching card, maybe I will whiff the fire. I don't, actually. Nice. Pretty lucky. Okay. I have just enough energies to take a knockout. So, pretty lucky there. Even if they had the Cape of Toughness, we would have taken a knockout. Which is really good news. And now they're in a pickle for sure. They need another Melanie. They can't use Ludicolo to get a one-shot. With full benches, or with... Wait, is it benched? Yeah, with both of us full bench, that would be 220 plus 100, 320. But there's no Lotad, so it's not going to happen. So I really wonder why, like, the way my opponent did things, they used Ludicolo first, and then they went for the Inteleon. Like, why wouldn't you use Inteleon? Because they didn't research or Marty. So why wouldn't you use Inteleon? See if you got the cards you needed off of Melanie, and if you didn't, then you don't evolve into Ludicolo, right? Unless I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. Going first for Ludicolo doesn't make much sense. If they had Ludicolo here, I could actually be in trouble. If they had Ludicolo here, that could mean trouble for me. But they don't now, so I'm definitely not getting KO'd. Hopefully I'll be able to get return KO. Well, I'm guaranteed return KO off of the Peony. Because I'll be able to switch. And the Peony guarantees the switch. I already have the fire. The Peony gets me another incense for another RAYQUAZA VMAX. Or potentially a rose as well for next turn. So gonna thin those dudes and then we'll go Peony. Looking for you and you. Yeah, because I have no way to guarantee the fire. I should be playing 1 Energy Search in this, now that I think about it. Energy Search seems like a pretty cool card to have. We have basically the perfect setup. So very polarizing, right? Very polarizing draws for us. This is exciting stage. Not super eager to utilize Azure Pulse. However, this hand I absolutely can't afford to discard. No problem. And get closer to the other fires. So I am going to give my pen 3 prize cards, but that is perfectly okay. Let's do this, and then let's go Azure Pulse. Basically, I want to find the Palpad as well. If it's in there, which I didn't check. No, okay, so I priced the Palpad. Alright. That is important to note. I need 3 energies on the Ray. I didn't get a fire. It's also important to note. So my opponent will have the 3rd Melanie, or will need to find the 3rd Melanie next turn to be able to attack, which with the Sobble, it's on that hand size, it's definitely very possible, right? But then if my opponent attacks me with a Suicune, all I need is a fire and I win. If my opponent doesn't attack me with a Suicune, I just found my Palpad, I put both boss's orders back, I find the fire between Peony, Kricketune, Azure Pulse, and I just went that way. So this is game. I don't think there's anything my opponent can do about this. I really don't. If my opponent had knocked out the Kricketune, maybe I could have whiffed. Or Raihan as well. Raihan works too. Maybe I could have whiffed. Maybe Like I could have whiffed this turn on the switch. I don't know. I would have only had one Azure or two Azure pulls to find cards instead of one exciting stage and two Azure pulses. But no, I don't like. I don't know. I feel like the mistake was that Ludicolo. If my opponent had knocked out RAYQUAZA VMAX last turn, then nah, nothing would have changed really. Well, it would have because I didn't find the fire. Unless I discarded a Rose last turn. I did discard Rose. Okay, so actually I would have found Rose and I would have been fine. So never mind. There was nothing my opponent could do to win this game. Even if they had knocked out Krigatun, I would have been fine. Cape of Toughness won't help him. So I'm pretty sure the game's up now. Yep, Blizzard Rondo, and that's gonna be it. So I just need to guarantee the fire. I don't even need boss's orders anymore. Alright, so I don't think there's another basic Pokemon, but just think, oh, there is another Krigatun. So then I'll go Peony, discard everything, just grab these two, and then I'll Azure Pulse, get the 3 cards, and there's a fire, 1 ability, 1 ability, 2 prize cards. I'm not missing anything, right? I'm not gonna end up tagging myself out. Just don't click on the fire. And there we go. Alright, so simple, straightforward process. I mean, when you get this sort of setup, it's pretty easy. When you get the setup from the previous game where you can't even get a bench array on turn 1, then it's not so easy. So yeah, sort of polarizing deck, I would say. Sort of polarizing deck, but anyways. That will be all for RAYQUAZA VMAX. I still have a little hope for this deck. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like. It really helps out the channel. Thank you so much to those of you who can support the channel with or through the sponsors. I really appreciate it. Hope you're as excited as I am to be back into playing Pokemon. And I'll see you soon. Bye.